Well, in some other news now, the crucial hearing in the Ram Temple Babri Mosque title suit case has been adjourned till January 29th. The Constitutional Bench, headed by Chief Justice of India Ranjan Gogoi, along with Justices S.A. Bobde, N.V. Ramana, UU Lalit and D.Y. Chandrachud, was to hear 14 appeals filed against the 2010 Allahabad High Court judgment today. But Justice UU Lalit recused himself from the hearing of the case, so a new Supreme Court bench will have to be constituted now for the next hearing. The top court will look into the 2010 judgment, which had divided the 2.77-acre land equally among three parties: the Sunni Waqf Board, Nirmoni Aghara and the Ram Lalla Virajman. And last year, an application was moved in the top court for an urgent hearing of the title dispute case by advancing the date, but the court had dismissed the plea then. Earlier, a three-judge bench of the top court had refused to refer the issue of reconsideration of the observation in its 1994 judgment, which said that a mosque was not integral to Islam. The matter had arisen during the hearing of the title dispute case, and of course now that constitutional bench will have to be reconstituted. And Jessica Taneja is now joining us live from outside the Supreme Court for the very latest on this. And now, Jessica, well, everybody was expecting that constitutional bench to start hearing that case, but one of the judges, Judge Lalit, has recused himself. Do we know why?
Well, Bharvi, the wait will now have to be a little longer as to when the Supreme Court starts hearing the case on a daily basis, or what is the schedule of the hearing. And when the Sunni Waqf Board Counsel Rajiv Dhawan pointed out to the Chief Justice of India that Justice UU Lalit, when he was a lawyer, had appeared for a case connected in the matter, especially for Kalyan Singh. He had represented Kalyan Singh earlier when during his lawyer days. So that was one of the main reasons why Rajiv Dhawan had asked the CJI to not have Justice UU Lalit on this bench. Now to that, the CJI clarified that according to the Supreme Court rules and the administrative authority and the power that the CJI has, he can constitute a bench. Though at this point it seems like, Bharvi, that CJI was not aware whether Justice UU Lalit was part of the bench or not. And to further understand what this really means is that a judge, when he was a lawyer in his early days, might have appeared in various matters, and the CJI would necessarily not remember each and every case that he was a part of. So when Justice UU Lalit recused himself, it can be understood that the judge took a moral high ground when it was pointed out that he was part of that case earlier in the year, when the case was being heard in various courts. So given that point, Justice UU Lalit recused himself, and now that leads us to the fact a new constitution bench will be formed. And also interestingly, this is the first time a constitution bench has been formed to hear the Ram Mandir Babri Masjid case. So given that importance, now on the 29th, a new bench will be reconstituted, and that bench will further then decide as to what the schedule of the hearing would be and whether this case goes on a daily basis hearing.
All right, Jessica, thanks very much indeed for joining us with all the latest updates there. That Judge Lalit, of course, has recused himself, saying that he was a lawyer in a related case earlier, and the next constitutional bench will start hearing the case on January 29th. Thanks a lot for that.